better person to lead that discussion than our co-founder, CTO, and minor ERP celebrity, Mike Shelkonogoff. Mike.
John, thank you for such an inspiring introduction from John, and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about the modern ERP. And ERP is a conservative market. But over the last 10 years, we can see a lot of changes. The product that were leading the industry 10 years ago quickly become a legacy, and the new modern ERP products are emerging. But what stands behind it? What distinguishes this modern ERP project, and why legacy product or older product becomes a legacy? Well, I personally think there are two factors behind it. And one factor is obvious, it's a technology. Such kind of things as a modern user interface accessible through the browser, or ERP as a service becomes a must during a very early stage of the ERP selection process. But the other factor that is not less important, or in my opinion is even more important, is the change in user expectations. And what does it mean? Well, the users who do consume the ERP system are not the same users as 30 years ago. If 30 years ago it were primarily accountants, and then it becomes accountants and departmental managers, nowadays it's pretty much everyone. And when we say everyone, it's not just the company employees. It is customers, it is vendors, it is contractors, auditors, pretty much everyone who is involved into the business process. And that creates this notion of connecting ERP, where the ERP product needs to be designed to connect all these people to operate together. The second factor is the way the company provide and consume the services has changed. Nowadays, pretty much everything is integrated. And that means that, for example, when you do the goods delivery, you provide and you call the API to make the shipments. When you do the bank reconciliation or make your payment, you use the banking API to download the bank statements. Even when users logs into the system, they use an external service to authorize them. And this is amazing. And that creates this notion of the open ERP. The ERP not only need to provide and consume all this API, but also need to be designed to provide all the extension points, all the business flow to maintain and supply it, to maintain it. The system needs to provide a pre-built integration. And the third thing that has changed is basically the user expectations in what system delivers to them. They not only expect actual up-to-date information, they also expect the system to focus their attention on what goes wrong. They expect the system to be automated and do the job for them so they can focus on their work, not on looking the information in the system. And that creates this notion of and that creates this notion of automated ERP, where the system do the job for you. And when you combine all these three things together, you start to realize that it's not only about the technology. The application itself is need to be designed in a new way. And the modern ERPs are very, very different applications than the one that you had 10, 20 years ago. And that's where we are right now. Well, but what makes Acumatica unique? What distinguishes Acumatica on the ERP market? And one thing that you need to learn when you develop the ERP solution is, regardless how well you think about the features that you're going to implement and what your software is going to do, you will never match the customer fantasy. And there is a good reason behind it, because they know their business much better. But we have our way to address this challenge. And there are three things that we do. So first one is the focus. We really do not try to address everything, and we carefully choose the vertical industry editions that we are focused on, such as manufacturing, construction, distribution, and retail commerce. So that helps us. All industries are very tied together, and developing the feature for one of them benefit the other. And that helps us focus and deliver the better software. Number two is we really do not try to develop everything by ourselves. Instead, we're focusing on developing our development tools and platform to empower our partners, ISVs, and customers with the tools that help them to deliver the functionality that they need exactly where needed. And the third one is we're actually trying to empower our users by providing them tools that helps them to fine-tune the system for themselves. We call it a non-programming customization framework, and this is the tool that gives you ability to configure the dashboard, modify your reporting through the generic inquiries, modify your workflow, and do the automated notification and many other things. And this is what we're really working on, and today I'm going to demonstrate you how it works, what the engineering team is working on right now. Are you ready? Okay, let's try it. Those of you who've been here last year have seen my demo on the new user interface, and today I will continue doing that, and I will demonstrate the sales order screen, which is created completely with a new technology and have a new look and feel and so on. But today I'm not going to really talk about the look and feel and how usable and user-friendly it is, but instead I'm going to show you what this new technology can do for you. So you see I do have this screen, but I don't like these two fields here, VAT exempt and VAT taxable, because I do not deal with VAT. And probably I want to see something else on the screen. So let me do that, and let's see how quickly is that. So I will go to this new screen configuration, and I start to have this toolbox over here, where I can see my fields, and I can basically, okay, I don't need these two fields. And thank you. And actually, what I want to do, I want to see my total order paid on the screen here, so I can see what is the amount of the order has been paid. So I will take this one, and was it really easy? But you know, there is one more secret that we do have as a development team. We can read your minds. And we know exactly what will be the next question. So let me see if I'm right or wrong. Okay, you know where I'm going, right? And I will add this field to measure the level of your excitement from this feature. Okay, I'm coming back to my screen. Sorry, I didn't save my changes, so we cannot see them, but it's easy to repeat. So I will go back here, we'll make those one invisible. We'll add my total pay applies here. We'll go here. Let's say I don't want to see the external reference, and instead I want to see your excitement level. And now I'm going to save my changes over here. I'm going to apply my changes, preserving my personal configuration, and so was it great? Okay, so that's what technology is going to deliver to you. And with that one, I'm moving to our next session and inviting John and Ali on the stage. Thank you, guys.